All right, good morning once again. You're gonna want to have bands at a higher ankle point. You're gonna want to have your booty bands today too for your hips. You're also gonna want a more challenging weight, and also potentially like a lighter to middle weight for yourself as well. It's Monday, so happy Monday, guys. We're going to start off with a little mobility work for you, and then we're going to jump right into that workout. So stick with me. We're going to do a little bit of everything today. Whatever exercises we do, we'll go through the block of exercises, and then we'll do it 2 times for 2 rounds. So each block of exercises we'll always do twice. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So stand on up with me. We're going to start off on a nice little stretch in the back of the legs, walking it out, lowering ourselves down to the ground, going to that cobra position, leaving your hips and your thighs on the floor, doing a nice little push-up, walking yourself back out in that down dog, walk your hands all the way back, and now we're going to stand up nice and tall. We're going to reverse and do that all over again. Get a nice stretch in the back of the legs stay straight, walk to that plank, lower it down, do a nice little cobra, push up however you want to push up. Legs stay straight as you walk it back, stand up nice and tall. We do that 3 more times. Do that nice cobra. Few more times. Go at your own pace. You don't have to stay with me. I've already kind of warmed up earlier today. Finish out your last one. You're standing nice and tall. And we're going to get a nice wide stance of those legs. Shift all the weight over here. Trying to get a nice stretch here. Trying to push the ground with that leg. And just stay low. We're just going to stay low and shift from left. Pushing the ground away to this side to right. Push. Get a nice stretch of that groin. Stay low. Push. Quads get a fire here. We're also getting a nice stretch on the opposite side. And push. Stay low as possible. Hold it for 1, 2, 3. Bring it back across. 1, 2, 3. Push that leg away. Get that nice stretch from there. And I'll make room for Adam in just a minute. We're also here. 3. Come on through again. 1, 2, 3. Last one over here. 3, 2, 1. Come on up nice and tall. We're going to shake those out now. We're going to roll into those tight G twists. Let those hips move. Let those arms be like ropes. 2 rounds everything. Start with lower legs. Roll the upper legs. And glutes and hips. And the next block is going to be upper body. Finishing the core. Hopefully we get through all of that today. All right, my friends. We're going to use that wall today, starting off with calf raises. So we're going to go calf raises, just meaning using that wall, leaning into it, keeping those legs straight. Body's about a 45-degree angle. We're going to get up as high onto those toes as possible. We'll lower them down. So once I'm in this position here, leaning against that wall, my heels never touch the ground again from here. Okay, so we're going to go slightly, just about half inch off the ground. We're going to go up and down for 15 seconds. That's it. 5, 4, 3, find your ball, 2. Let's do it. 15 seconds. Hands just above your shoulders. Think about pushing that wall down at that top position. Push that wall over. Staying active. 3, 2, 1. Good. Now let's put our button backs up against that wall. We're going to do just the opposite here. So now we're going to pull our toes up to our nose. Okay? Toes to the nose, tap the ground, right back up. Just a small movement here. 15 seconds. We're going to see Adam's feet and see what this boy's doing over here. Oh, yes. Lovely. So, working on the dorsiflexors. 3, 2, 1, rest there. Excellent. Now we're going to go around the world. Let's use Adam. See if you can bring that camera over this way. So we're going to get the hands above the shoulders. Now let's get that soft bend in those knees. So like we're almost in that squat position. Feet are just underneath the hips. We're going to bring those heels up and then out. Roll them out to that pinky toe, one toe at a time. Slowly roll them back in and then back down. Up. Slowly roll them out. As you roll them out, you're going to bow your knees out nice and wide. Pull them back in slowly, one toe at a time. And we're going to do 8 of those. Drop it down, right back up. Pull one toe at a time. Roll it back in where we started from. One more here. And then shake out those calves. All right. We're going to go to a nice little hop position here. So we're going to start feet narrow, the hip width, go wide. So 2 to 3 hops before you move. Okay, 2 to 3 hops before you move again. So it's going to look something like this. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Back to hip width, back to narrow. Okay, we're going to go for 15 seconds in 5, 4. Now, if you don't want to jump, just do heel lifts. Okay, different positions. All right, let's do it. Here we go. 2 to 3 hops before you switch positions. Slowly bring it back in to that narrow position. Get those calves fired up, those lower legs. 3, 2, rest. Now we're going to push your right foot out in front. We're going to start that just hip width. 2 to 3 hops. But we're going to go narrow. 2 to 3 hops. Wide to narrow. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Three, 2, rest, shaking out. Give it a second. We're going to put that opposite foot in front. Same thing, starting wide, going to narrow, and or you can cross them over just slightly. In 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Five seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake them out. Last one we're going to do, pigeon toe to duck foot. Okay, pigeon to duck. In 5, 4, 3, get that nice little pigeon toe going in. Let's do it. Little hops. 2 to 3, switch it. 2 to 3, arrow, pigeon, duck. Really turn those ankles out. Try to turn them in. 3, 2, 1, shake it out. All right. Hope you're a little warm there. Shake out your layers as needed. Again. All right, back to that wall. We do that one more time. And we're going to go calf raise to toe raises. Calf raise to toe raises. 15 seconds each. 3, hands go above your shoulders. Nice long body. Here we go, 15 seconds here. Try to push that wall over as you go up. Lean into it. 3, 2, 1, shake it out. Take about 15 seconds off. We're going to lean up against that wall, button back, go against there. You have a soft bend in those knees, don't have to be completely straight. Just bring those toes to the nose in 3, 2, 1. Pull the toes up. Work those dorsiflexors. Try to pull those toes up as high as you can. Probably get warm in the front of your shins. 3, 2, rest. Shake them out. Now we're going to go around the world. Then those heels come up, rolling out one toe at a time. And that pinky toe, the knees bow out, rolling back in one more time. And 3, feet go underneath the hips, feet narrow, soft bend in those knees. Here we go. Try to move as high as you can. Roll out one digit at a time. Pull it back in and drop the heels. But notice they don't rest on the ground. Push out. Pull them out. Pull them back in. You're just doing it 8. This is 4 for me. 5, 6, 7. Last one there. And 8. Shake those out. All right. Last time with those hops. We're going to go narrow, hip width wide, and then work it back in. Just 15 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go narrow, 2 to 3 hops. Hip width, widen the hips. Bring it back in. You want to challenge those muscles a bit more. Rest. Not rest, but jump higher. Now we're going to put one foot in front of the other. Staggered stance. Feet starting out hip width. We go narrow to hip width. 2 to 3 hops in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Try to bounce higher if you feel like it. If it's too much for you, stay low. Right? If not, challenge those calves. Bounce. 3, 2, 1. Shake them out. Take 15 off. Hopefully your feet start to get a little warm too. 5 seconds. Opposite foot goes out in front. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Wide to narrow. And rest. Last time, kitchen to duck. Big breath in, 5 seconds. Duck foot, turn those toes in towards each other. 2, 1, let's go. Hop it out. It's duck. Find that hip about moving when you go that duck position. Three, 2, 1, rest. All right. For this next piece, you're going to want your hip bands. You're also going to want a dumbbell, probably a moderate to a heavier one for yourself. And then those are the 2 things you'll actually need. So band, and first thing we're going to do, lay on our backs. Put that band on just above those knees. Okay? Now, if your band is weak, you can put 2 smaller bands on. So you can put one above the knees, one below the knees. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. We're going to start with feet outside the hips. We're going to try to keep those knees in line with those toes at all times. So I'll show you the front view, and I'll show you that side view. Okay? This is without the weight. So we're just gonna do a bridge. Every time a bridge, we're gonna bring those hips up, keeping those ribs stacked over those hips, and then we're gonna break that band 2 times. Now, if that's easy for you, you can always grab a weight, make it a bit more challenging, put it on top of your hips, up, break that band 2 times, sit back down, okay? Now, we're only gonna do about 6 to 8 of those, just depending on how you feel. Now, once we're done there, we're gonna stand up immediately. If you have 2 weights, awesome, or a bit more of a challenging weight for you, work with that. We're gonna roll into curtsies right away. So we'll do the hip bridges, stand up as soon as possible. We're gonna curtsy from right to left, okay? Side view looks like this. Sweeping that back leg around. You want to stretch on that opposite hip, and then back up. So we're gonna go 6 to 8 there. Followed by putting those bands back on. We're gonna use a wall, and we're gonna do little kicks, okay? So we're gonna think about kicking not straight back, we're gonna kick back at an angle, like a 45-degree angle. So it works a different part of your butt, right over here. So I'm gonna use that wall to help me out, and I'm gonna kick back 45 degrees, right? So if he comes back behind me for that camera angle, notice I'm not going straight back, but it's going out to that 45 degree. So I'm always gonna keep tension on that band. And I'm gonna go 15 on each side. So really chasing after that posterior side of your body.
On the knees or above the knees?
Whatever you feel is a good challenge for you. Okay, sometimes right around the knees will work for those kickbacks, so it has something to grab onto right by that crease that your leg makes.
Okay.
Typically, right below your knees is a little harder.
Okay.
All right. Put your band on. We're going to go 2 rounds of this. Little breaks in between. Very, very little breaks. So we'll do those 3 exercises. We'll take about a minute off. Then we're going to go through that one more time. All right? Here we go. Bands on. Upper below your knees. If you want that weight on those hips, go for it. Now, think about pushing those knees apart and not letting them collapse in when I do this hip bridge. You're trying to break that band. 3, 2, 1. Get tension on that band. Break it. 1, 2. Set the hips down for a rest. Up as high as you can get them. 1, 2. Back down. There's 2, 3, 4, 5.
Don't be afraid to drop that weight.
6.
Get your hips really high.
Remember, 6 to 8 of those as well. Last one. Woo. All right. We'll take that off real quick. Grab your weights, whatever you want. We're going to go into that curtsy. I'll show you that side view at first. We're going to go 6 to 8 on each side. 3, 2, 1. Sweep it. Drop that knee down. Go to the other side. There's 1. I'm only going to count the side when I go to my right, which is your left. There's 3. Try to work your frontal, sagittal planes. This means working at different angles for you guys.
Oh gosh.
This is 6 for me. If you're done at 6, be done at 6. If you're struggling right now, maybe the weight is too much, drop the weights, like Adam said, and make it so we can get through these 2 rounds. Excellent. Now you get a short break by just putting this thing on. Okay? Short break. And we're going to kick. I'll use this post here. We're going to take about 15 kickbacks at a 45-degree angle, not straight back, a little bit more out toward that side. You're gonna feel a little bit more on this outside of your body. So when you're ready, keep tension there. And you're gonna feel it underneath your butt cheek as well, right? So keep tension on there. Don't try to let the foot rest if you don't have to. 6, 7, 8. Here we go. 15 on the opposite side. You notice that standing leg, it's a whole lot of work to stabilize it. Fire. Right around here. All right, we're gonna take a full minute off. Get a full minute off of those. We're just gonna do one more round and get into that upper body. Get your breath, get your water.
Ah, nice.
Still have 30 seconds before we get going. So it's a nice little break. Longer than we usually take, but it's very challenging, especially depending on how much weight you use and how much you challenge yourself on those movements. 15 seconds. You're gonna put your drink down, work your way over to the floor, grab your band. We're gonna go pretty soon. 5, 4. I'm gonna show you that side view this time. 3. Feet just outside the hips, or in line with the hips. And we're gonna make those knees nice and vertical. And we're gonna push the hips up. Break that band 6 or 8 times. Oh yeah. All right. I'm good with that. 6 to 8 of those. Everybody curtsy 6 to 8 times on each side. When you're done, stand up nice and tall. Very little break. We're gonna roll right into that. 3, 2, 1. I'm going. You go at your own pace. 6 to 8 of these per side. Sweep that leg, drop that knee down. Drop that knee down.
Ça va, quoi. C'est un triangle comme ça.
Ok. Voilà, je pense que c'est aussi pour qu'il pousse bien.
Ouais.
There it is. Once again, a short little break. Find that band again when you're done.
Good.
15 kicks. 45 degrees backwards. Here we go. 3, 2, soft bend into those knees. Kick out 45 degrees. Try to get that nice extension so that booty fires. Two more. There it is. All right, we're gonna take another minute off. Once we're done, while we're doing that, while you're getting your breath back, get your drink, all I want you to do is have Sylvia, do you have an anchor point that's high or no? Or bands that you're using these days?
I don't have a band that's higher.
Sorry. So if you don't have a band, that's just fine with me. We're gonna go 6 to 8. You do assisted. So if you have a couch, maybe the table or something like that, we're coming here. Arms daily. We're gonna pull that arm straight back. So the upper arm finishes next to that torso.
Okay.
So we get active fire. And we're just gonna go 6 to 8 there. Okay? So if you have a band, we're gonna lock a pull-up position. So using that hoop, right? I want my body to be in an angle of this pull. So this band is gonna line up with my upper body. Does that make sense? So drive that elbow straight down towards that hip. Once again, get that lat to fire, okay? So that's gonna be your first movement, is that lat pull with the band. Okay, 6 to 8 of those, so make it challenging. Or if you have the dumbbell, we're just gonna do that nice little straight arm pull or row. Right after that, quickly, we're gonna grab a heavier dumbbell, and we got 6 to 8 rows on that same side of that body. So left arm, 6 to 8 lat pulls, 6 to 8 bent over rows. Then finally, you'll grab your nice light weight. We'll stay in that bent over position. Elbow cocked high. Kick that arm back for that nice little tricep extension there. It's all on that posterior side, okay? So 3 movements for that one side. Immediately, as quick as you possibly can, go to the opposite side. And we're gonna go from one side to the next as soon as possible for just 2 rounds, okay? 2 rounds of. Any questions?
No.
Awesome. All right, here we go. 5, 4. Adam, you can do pull-ups too. 3,
Have fun stretching.
2. There we
Cameraman.
go. We're gonna reach through. We're gonna drive that elbow down 6 to 8 times. Make it challenging because it's not a high repetition count. Hold that bottom drive. Get that nice squeeze. Take your time. Down slow. Back up slow. I've got one more. For 6.
Nice work.
There.
Both looking good.
I love that Adam can be my eyes while I do this. Here we go. Flat back. We're gonna row. Once again, drive that elbow towards that hip. 6 to 8 of those. 3, 4, 5, 6. Right after that, finding my lighter weight and always leading with my elbow, going up as high as I can towards that ceiling, and then finishing with that kick. And try to get that nice big contraction on that tricep. And the tricep's job is to extend that elbow back and then also that shoulder as well. So everything's in the right count of 6 to 8. Woo.
Just to that 90-degree bent elbow. So Allison, let it basically dangle towards the floor and then kick it out, right? With the bent elbow. Yep. Harder that way.
Now, once you're done with those kicks, go right into those lat pulls. You can always go to the floor, angle your chest down so that when you pull, it stays in line with that torso.
Nice, you got it. Just starting on the other side. So Allison, you're on rows next.
Like 8 of each, right?
Yep, 6 to 8.
Both sides. You got one more time around the horn with both sides once you're done. Left to right.
So again on the other side.
Okay. Short break if you need it. Break as long as you need to.
I'm confused as to where I am.
You're back to the pulls with your first arm that you did. So pull-ups, first arm. Nice, Sylvia.
Hold on, I have to, somebody ring my door.
Six to 8, Allison, and then on to the rows.
My last side I'm working on.
Okay.
You guys did that right?
Sorry, I'm just doing really quickly.
Catching up.
Okay, just. Nice job, guys. Nice job going slow, Allison. Way to control that weight.
So Sylvia, a little less of a bicep curl, if that makes sense. Just want to go to only 90 degrees in the elbow. Yep. Yep. There we go. Nice. Same for you, Allison. No bicep curl, just a kickback.
Try to bump that elbow up towards that ceiling before you kick it back. It's a little challenging to do. So every single time, reset that elbow high, and then kick it. There you go. Reset it, elbow high, and then kick. It's a lot easier when we let that elbow drop down towards the ground. Now we're letting gravity do more of it. But now that tricep's job is to do this with the shoulder, then that, the elbow, right?
I think my weight is too heavy. I think my weight is too heavy for those.
Yeah. It's a hard one to do, especially after all the other posterior stuff that you just did. Nice, you guys are all done. Take that minute off. Take your time. We're gonna take a full minute off. Then we're gonna roll into some core stuff for you, which will be some active planks, side planks, and then some Supermans. And then do some more bicycle stuff in there too. Bikes, straight up abs. Enjoy yourselves. So you move all your weights aside. Still about 30 seconds left before we come down in that plank position. Let's start off with that active plank.
Active plank.
Both our forearms, pulling those elbows to the toes, and the toes up towards the elbows at the same time. But nothing really shifts from that position, in that plank position. Elbows still stay to the shoulders, toes still stay stacked over those ankles. So think about pulling maybe about 60% or so. It doesn't have to be like 100% pull. We're trying to, squeeze the whole world. All right, we're gonna come down to those forearms now. We're just gonna go for 20 seconds, continuously pulling. Okay, so don't pull so hard where you cannot finish 20 seconds in that plank position. 5, 4, elbows under the shoulders, 3, 2, 1, nice flat backs. Start dragging those elbows in towards the toes, and then pull those toes in towards those elbows. You'll probably shake a bit. Just don't let anything else move. 3, 2, 1. Good. Facing me, I have my right elbow under my shoulder. We're again going to be active in this. Okay, for 15 seconds, we're going to bring that hip up and actively pulling that elbow in towards that hip for a little lat activation. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Just actively pull again. It's like 50%, 60%, right around there. So that elbow doesn't chase away from that shoulder. It stays stacked underneath it. You might shake a little bit as well. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2. Set that hip down. Do that booty swivel. Come on to the other side.
There's a hummingbird in my house.
What's that?
Hummingbird in my house.
Oh, cute. That's a good sign.
Nice.
Check it out.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Be active, pull that elbow, or just chase the hummingbird around your house. Come hang out. Give him some sugar water.
Check it out.
How do you get in?
Because I had the door open because I was hot.
Good rest there. All right. So we're gonna go into this nice little Superman, but I'm gonna throw a little twist in there. Kind of how we started out and warmed up. We'll stand up nice and tall, work our way down. We'll put our arms out in front of us, do a nice Superman, push ourselves up, keep our legs straight, all the way back up, okay? We're just gonna do 5 of those. So let's do 2 Supermans at the bottom. How about that? In 3, 2, 1. Legs straight, walk it out. 2 Supermans. 2, hands underneath it, push it up. Stand up nice and tall. We're just gonna do 5 of those.
Okay, I got it out. Okay.
Well done.
Well, since I don't have my cat anymore, I can open the door and like get some fresh air.
There you go.
But then
One of
I
the
just,
little differences you get when you don't have animals. Less hair on the ground. The last one here. All right, laying on our backs now. Let's go with that last one. Always we're gonna do is opposite foot, opposite hand. Bring that chest up too. Do a nice little crunch. Opposite hand, opposite foot. We're gonna go one side at a time. Coming up and over. We're gonna go 15 seconds on one side, 15 on the other. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Obviously, if that leg is too long, you can always break that lever, right? Bend that knee. Good. Switch it. 3, 2, 1. Let's go opposite side.
Oh, I've been alternating.
Me too. It's okay.
Keep it going, then. Keep that alternating going.
Wow, these are hard.
Next time.
Bicycle.
2, rest. We're gonna take a quick short break. Yeah, whether you're alternating or just doing the same side, that's fine. Some people have a hard problem going from one side to the next. So keep it simple for some folks. And you who are coordinated, I shouldn't say that, it's not me. A little more comfortable in the movement. How about that? Go ahead and switch it and alternate it. All right. Planks, active planks in 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's go. Forearms on the ground. Nice little pull. Keep active here. Keep active. Five more seconds. And rest. Let's go to that side plank in 5, 4, 3. Be active, pulling that elbow towards that hip, but not letting that elbow slip too far underneath me. Keep it right underneath that shoulder as much as possible. 3, 2, 1. Swivel it. 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring that hip up. Pull that elbow in. You can touch left down below here. See what's firing. Three, 2, 1. Rest. Standing up nice and tall. We're gonna get a stretch in the back of the legs. Walk the hands out. 2 Supermans. Slide the hands back, get that push-up position, get yourself up however you can. Stand up tall for 5 of these. Finish out your last one. Back to your back one last time. You can go 30 seconds straight or 15 seconds on one side, 15 on the other. And we're gonna get going in 5, 4, 3, 2, opposite hand, opposite foot. Bring that chest up and try to touch that chest to that toe. 3, 2, 1. If you're on that one side, or on the opposite side now. Reach up, reach over. Five seconds. 4, 3, 2, and rest. All right. That's all we got, friends. We're going to stretch it out. Roll up to your bellies. Cobra position. Oh. Get those hips situated on the floor. Hands just underneath your chest. Press yourself up. You can go your forearms if that feels better for you, a little less effort. We're just going to stay here for a moment. Stretch those abs out. Three, two, one. Let's get ourselves on all fours in that nice cat-cow position. So we're going to arch that back up nice and high. Try to move with the breath. Go in that cow position with those shoulder blades sink in. Chest come to the ground. Hips roll in. Push that ground away. Arch up nice and high. Good. All right, we're gonna lay on our backs now. Everyone's gonna bring one leg up, one leg over, trying to keep our shoulders on the ground as much as possible. You might find a stretch in your low back. You might get some in your glutes as well. We're just gonna hold this position. Slowly bring that knee up and over. Set it back on the ground. Let's go to the opposite side. We're coming back up to the top. And then we're finishing with those nice little Tai Chi twists. Let those hips move, let that body move. Those arms be like ropes. Nice job today, guys.
That wasn't so
Everything.
Yes.
All right, keep going if you like that. If not, we'll find some other stretches that you like. Thanks for joining.
All right, thank you.
I'm gonna take off
Hey,
the
we did it.
recording.
We did it, Sylvia. We did it Monday.
Yeah, you did it. And